Yeah, it's your mate. Welcome to our weekly topical discussion where we talk about different things each week. This week we've decided to pick a bit of a recap listy week. We're going to look at last month, July, and we're going to go over the games that came out and just give a little brief overview of everything. So we're going to go and try. There's a lot to talk about. There's a few different games, a few different platforms. So we're going to try and break it down into platform specific. So we'll start with the Quest. These are games that just came out on the Quest. They didn't get released on any other platform. Ruuts, what did we have come out on the Quest only?
All right. So the first game that we're going to highlight is Counting Plus, which obviously is from the creators of Rick and Morty and is known for its lyrical, well, not lyrics, but it's comedy. It's just funny. It's the funniest game that I've played in a long time. And we're not going to go into too much detail about it because we do have a review on our channel. So if you want to hear a detailed review, check it out and see what Accounting Plus is all about. For the second one we are going to highlight is Racket NX. And this one is a no-brainer on the Quest. It's one of those games that when I tried it on the Rift, OG Rift, I wanted to play it wireless. I was very jealous of people like Mamefan that have the wireless rig, and it's really designed for wireless, in my opinion. But Alex, what do you think about this game? Do you think it's good for the Quest?
It's perfect for the Quest. Yeah, it's a game that's really cool, like indoor squash, futuristic squash, like when you're inside the dome. But it's really enjoyable, and it will work perfectly on the Quest. So definitely a good title for that platform. Yes, we have got some other games that came out on the Quest, but they were multi-platform releases, so we'll discuss them in a little while. I'm going to pass over to Wes now. Wes, what did we have come out with PSVR? So stuff that just came out on PSVR and nothing else at the time.
Yeah, we had quite a few come out in July on PSVR, and I have highlighted a few of them here. Again, these lists are not complete. These are just the games that we want to highlight from July. But the first thing I want to highlight for PlayStation VR in July was a PC port of Scraper First Strike. This is a story-driven first-person shooter game that kind of puts you inside of like this pod mech style thing. It's a story-driven action-adventure game, very high production quality. A game that I enjoyed a lot on PC. Alex, not so much, and Ruuts, I think, was somewhere in the middle, but definitely a good addition to the PlayStation VR library. Moving on, another popular PC game that ported into PlayStation VR this month was Sairento. Sairento is a kind of a difficult game to put a genre on. You could kind of call it a first-person shooter action game, but it's also like a cyberpunk ninja game. So you can shoot your enemies. You're basically just killing bad guys as you go through this thing. You can slice them up with katanas. You can shoot them in the face with guns. You can scale the walls like a proper ninja in any video game, or most anyway. Most ninja games allow you to scale the walls. It's really a cool thing that you can do in VR. But yeah, a very popular PC game, just released on PlayStation VR. Actually got a physical release from Perp Games as well. So definitely another good addition to the PlayStation VR library. Moving on, another PC game that came to PSVR kind of by surprise was Rise of Insanity. And what Rise of Insanity is, this is an older psychological thriller slash horror game, story-driven horror game, gamepad game, no hand presence. I think it may even be a flat game that was kind of had a VR tacked onto it. But it's been out on PC for a while. I actually own this game, but have never played it. But I picked it up as a part of a bundle, and at the time that I picked it up, I didn't know I could use my PlayStation 4 controller to play PC games. So I just kind of stuck it back, back in my library and never gave it much thought until it released on PlayStation VR a couple of weeks ago. By surprise, to lukewarm reviews.
Rogan, The Thief in the Castle. This is a got quite a lot of negative reviews when it came out. The developers did patch and try and fix a lot of issues. The game is a lot better than when it first released. We did a full review of it, but just to summarize, it's an okay game. It's like an old school stealth game, really, where you're in that castle. Very visually good looking. Terrible voice acting to the point where it's actually funny, and overall I thought it was okay, but it's just not worth the price. So my advice would be wait for a sale on that one. The next game we've got, which came out, which is called Waltz and the Wizard Enhanced Edition. This is actually originally a free game that came out way back in 2016, and the developer have redone it, repolished it, added some extra spells, and then re-released it on for the Index, because the Index headset came out on the Index controllers. Now I know Ruuts, I just want to quickly go to you on this one, because we talked about this on our main show a couple of weeks ago, but I never got back to talk to you about it. What did you think to this? Did you jump in and try it?
I did, and I liked it a lot. I definitely think it's a game that would be more suited towards people coming into VR, but I enjoyed and pretty much did every single thing that I think you can do, although there are hidden things that I was discovering, so pretty sure I probably missed some. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think it's definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, it's probably take you about an hour to do it, see everything. Maybe if you want to see everything, really, like maybe an hour and a half. But I personally got a little bit bored after about half an hour. It's $10. It's probably a little bit pricey for what it is, in my opinion. But check it out, see if you're interested. The next game, which is probably one of the biggest games of the month, which is Defector. This was an Oculus exclusive. This came out on July the 11th. We did a review on this as well, so there's a full review on our channel. But just to summarize, it's a espionage spy game where you play like a secret agent, and very over-the-top action scenes, kind of like Fast and Furious, where you jump in from plane to plane without a parachute, and just total over-the-top, brain-out action. Good game. Could have been better, but it's still easily worth the price, in my opinion. £16 or $20. Next, we've got Gorn, which was a game that was already originally released early access way back in 2017. I put this on there because I'm generally don't play early access games, and for me this was kind of like a full release, because this is come out onto a full 1.0 full release now. It's also going to be coming to PSVR at some point in the near future, so keep an eye on that. Fun game. Again, we've got a full review of this if you're interested. It's basically just beat these big buff dudes who've got no brain and tiny little legs. It's fun. I enjoyed it. Maybe not as much as some other people, but I still think it's worth the price and picking up. We've also got a game which was originally on the PSVR, an Epic game exclusive, Tetris Effect. So this is a game that we had released towards the end of the month on the 23rd, and yeah, we had a lot of fun with this. We all picked it up, played it through the Epic Store, and yeah, this is very, very good game. I loved it, and I'm glad that Epic brought it over to the PC. And yeah, that's it for PC VR only. There is some stuff that came multi-platform, which I'll go over. So let's start back at the beginning of the month. We had Penn and Teller VR. Now, I don't think any of you guys have tried this. I haven't really tried it. It's kind of like a party game where you can the idea is that you can learn how to do these tricks, and then you put some in VR and you're playing tricks on them. Basically, it's not something, I don't have any friends because I'm a loner, so I can't try it myself, but it came on the Quest, it came to the PC, and it came to the PSVR, so it might be something, if you've got friends and you want to get them around and mess about and play tricks on them, this could be something to look at. Another game which came out, which was a multi-platform, Wolfenstein Cyberpilot, that came out on PSVR and PC VR. We did actually talk about this on this week's episode of like our main episode, which is aired yesterday. So if you're new to the channel and you just check out yesterday's show, there's timestamps in there so you can check and listen to our thoughts on Wolfenstein. But my personal overview is that it's an okay game. It's not great, it's not bad, it's okay. I think it probably just needs to be a little bit cheaper, personally myself. And we've got two other games which these came out on Quest and PC VR. So you've got the first one, which is Republique. This is originally a Go game. It was also a PC flat game, and now it's available on the Quest and it's available on the PC VR. I really enjoy this game. We're going to talk about it in a second because we're going to highlight some of our favorite games of the month at the end of the video. And then the last game is Raccoon. Can't even say it. Raccoon Lagoon, which is a very childish, cartoony. Ruuts, you haven't had a chance to play this one yet, have you? But what do you actually do in this game?
No, I haven't played it yet. No, I haven't. I don't even know what. I just know that the developer is amazing, and it looks good. People are raving about it. So my first instinct was like this car. I even said it in Anthony's VR 365's chat. I said, no, this is a hard pass for me, brah. And then all the reviews came out and everyone was saying it was good. And then, like I said, the developers, well known, I just made me pick it up. So I need to go in and try it because, it looks like you can plant seeds and grow stuff. I want to know why why everybody's raving is really why I want to try this game, because I don't understand it by the thing. So.
Well, we've got Chris Gould in our Discord who bought this because of the developer like you, and he jumped into it and said it's very childlike, but somehow he ended up spending 3 hours in it. So it's obviously got something which is fun and addictive, and I think his wife loved it as well. So yeah, it's definitely one for maybe your wife. My wife. I want to highlight which we feel was probably the best or the better, one of the better games of the month. So I'm going to start over with you, Ruuts. What game are you going to pick out of those that you really enjoyed the most?
The game that I pick for this month, since Audica didn't come out this month, Tetris Effect PC. And it's just, it was so good on the PlayStation VR, it made me buy it a second time at full price the second time. It's just so good, and it's so much better on the PC than it was on the PlayStation VR, if that was possible. It was just an experience that everybody should try, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't have a PlayStation VR, so I was really happy that it came to PC VR, and I really loved it. We did a review on the channel, so if you want to find out more, check out the review. Wes, what game would you want to highlight this month?
Yeah, well, since Ruuts already picked Tetris Effect, which I agree is probably the best title on this list, I'm going to go ahead and pick Defector. We did a full review of this game on the channel, and it came off a little bit negative probably overall. But again, for everything that this game could have done better, it did a whole lot of things right. And this is a true AAA level VR game, even if it is a bit short, and even if the concepts could have been fleshed out a little bit better, they're still very unique, very good concepts. So I very much enjoyed this Oculus exclusive spy thriller, Defector.
Yeah, definitely a great game. So I mean, I would have picked Tetris Effect myself, if I'm honest with you. But there's another game I want to highlight, which actually I've only managed to put a couple of hours into, but I'm really enjoying it, and I have a feeling this is going to pop up on our hidden gems in the future because no one seems to be talking about it, which is Republique VR. I mentioned before it was a Kickstarter game back in 2013. Came out 2015 as a flat PC game. It then got ported to mobile, like Android devices and Oculus Go, and it's now available on the Quest and on the PC VR, so on the Rift. And I have to say that it's exceeded my expectations. I thought it was just going to be a straight port from the mobile, but they've actually used the graphics from the PC. Really beautiful looking game. It's a first person game. So you're like a hacker who's hacking into this building, so you can take control of all the different cameras and unlock doors and things, and then you also taking control of this girl Hope. So it's like a third-person game with if you use the gamepad. And I've put, like I said, I've put a couple of hours into it now. I've done the first episode. There's 5 episodes altogether. It took me about an hour and a half to do the first episode, and it's just drawing me, and it's just sucking me in. The story, the gameplay, the gameplay is not. It's interesting. There's some puzzles, and the way that you have to get the puzzles is by sometimes listening to audio tapes, or you're getting clues to try and get codes or pin numbers for doors and things. It's really cool, and I'm really enjoying it. So I definitely want to pick up. It's good price as well. I think it's about £10.99. So I think it's an underrated, or at least a hidden game that more people need to know about. Anyway, that'll do it for our wrap up of.
I got one more for you that we missed. Fugl.
Oh yeah, I didn't talk about that one because I didn't really know much about it. But
just what's cool is it came out. I think it's been a couple of years now on PC and I believe on Steam, and it just released on VR at Oculus July 2nd. And what's cool about this is you're just constantly going. There's different animals, and as you bump into different animals, you change into them. It's a real chill game. A lot of environments. It's made out of voxels. You continuous going forever. 1 minute you're a bird, then you're a monkey. You can go underwater. I mean, it's not going to break the mold, but it is definitely unique, and it's definitely really cool to chill to. I would suggest. I know I've played it, and I would recommend people checking it out.
Okay, yeah. There is another one as well, which is called Fugl, which we were getting confused with. But we don't really know enough about this game, so we didn't include it. But there's definitely games that we've missed. And I know someone did say before that there wasn't much come out in July, but yeah, there's a fair few games I think in July, especially towards the end. We had, like Wolfenstein, Republique, Tetris Effect, Raccoon Lagoon all come out within a week. And I have a feeling that August is going to be similar. We're going to suddenly get bombarded the back end of August, although we have already got confirmation now, obviously, of No Man's Sky coming out. So that's one big game. So anyway, that's going to wrap up this video. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, then you can you can dislike it. We are still looking for feedback. We know people are giving us feedback. I do like constructive feedback on how things could be improved. I mean, this is just a bit of fun. This channel is just a bit of fun for us. It's not like a serious thing. We're not expected to ever be successful YouTubers that are going to make money. But if there's something we can do to change and improve things, then we're always up for constructive criticism. So let us know in the comments. Let us know in Discord if there's anything you want to change about any of our videos or any of our presentation. And that will do for this week. And hopefully you found this interesting, and speak to you later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Easy.